In this video, I am going to show you how I painted this mermaid with my DIY alcohol inks made from Sharpies. Hey everybody! So in this video, I want to show you how to paint with alcohol inks, and these are specifically my DIY alcohol inks. And I am using this Dura-lar paper. It is a little bit transparent, so you can see here, but it takes pencil and everything really well, and it's a little bit cheaper than Yupo paper, which I also use for alcohol inks. And Yupo paper, this one is completely opaque. I just have white paper behind this just so that it shows up on camera better. And I have some clips here, and we are going to use, as I said, DIY alcohol inks. I'm going to use these colors that I did. Now this one, if you came over here from my new 2018 DIY alcohol ink video, this is the one that I just made. And so I'm going to show you how to make this. If you want to know how to make these, go check out this video. I'm going to put it up in the corner there, a link. And if you have come over here from that video, welcome again. And also I do have the old DIY alcohol inks video up as well, and I'm going to link here from that video too. I do have these mixatives, and this, I thought the silver one would be really cool with this mermaid. You can use some brushes if you want. I like to keep my brushes separate from watercolor, acrylic, and alcohol ink, so I use these ones specifically for alcohol inks because they get dried out and whatever. I have a little palette here and some droppers, which you can see, and I'm just going to be kind of fiddling around with that. I'm going to use this one for the purples and blues, and this one I think I'm going to use for the greens. I don't know, we'll see. I might use some of this. This is 90% rubbing alcohol in it. I know it says 70%, but I put a little 9 there, and it's just a spray can. Also, you can use this, or you can just use a straw to blow, whatever you want to do. Okay. So I'm not really going to be painting her so much as just kind of showing you how you can do the mermaid tail. So all I'm going to do, first I'm going to just put in some of, I'm going to paint this area here. Now I have my alcohol inks in spray bottles just because it's really convenient for me that way, and then if I want to just use like droppers, then I can just put them in a thing, or I could just use the dropper right out of the bottle. But so when you make your own alcohol inks, you don't have to put it in a spray bottle. You can put it in any kind of bottle that works for you. But I do put mine specifically in spray bottles. So I'm going to do kind of like a turquoise blue with a little bit of purple in there, I think. You never know, I might change my mind about that. But let's stick with some turquoise. Now one thing that I do want to mention to you about alcohol inks is they kind of work just like watercolors, in that you can use alcohol to bring them back to life once they've, because this is my alcohol ink palette. So once this is dried out, I can just spray it with some alcohol and I'm good. Just like you would do with water. All right. Now, if you have something like that, that is not a big deal. You can take some alcohol and just kind of wash that away. The whole kind of look of this is just free anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And you can always use black ink to define some of these edges. So I'm just kind of showing you one thing you can do to clean that up a little bit. It doesn't hurt to have a little bit of alcohol. I'm just going to use this here. Just a little bit in one that isn't colored, and then you can kind of just clean that up if you want to. I'm just showing you how to do that. Many times with this kind of technique, you're just being free anyway, so you don't really need to. And then you can use a little paper towel or something just to clean that up. Okay, so that's, I'm just going to leave that for now. We're going to add some more stuff to that later. Actually, you know what? We're going to do it right now and just see. It's already dry, so I'm not sure how much. Oh, there we go. Yeah, we've got some alcohol in there. And when I edit this, I am going to zoom in. So that just makes it look like it's got maybe some jewel tones in there and whatnot. I'm going to put some purple in there. And then I'm going to stick some mixative in there. With these, you got to make sure they're shaken up really good. And these go a long way, so you really just, like a tiny, tiny drop. And then I'm just going to use that to kind of go all over. Even a drop is more than what I want to use. Might as well put some down here. Since I'm going to be doing this anyway. And then let's go in with some alcohol. Then you can just kind of keep going back and forth till you see something you like. A little more turquoise. There we go. That's what I was waiting for. That cool reaction that just makes it look like it's embellished with jewels or whatnot. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to turn this around because I want to be able to, I'm actually going to angle it down. So I want to be able to blow this way. Now this is where it gets a little iffy, and you don't really want to spray because the spray is too unpredictable. So I'm just going to make sure I've got enough purple in here. And it doesn't hurt when you're doing this to have, whoops, don't mind me being a mess here. It doesn't hurt to have a few droppers like this. They definitely can come in handy. I'm just going to clean this up because you know that it's just going to cause disaster here. And the thing is, with DIY alcohol inks, you don't feel so much like every little drop is precious because they are quite expensive. At least for me, a lot of people mentioned on my first DIY alcohol ink video that I did, why don't you just go buy them? Must be a lot easier. It is, depending on where you live. Where I live, not so easy and not so cheap. So, it's not, and you can get them shipped, but it's very expensive. So for me, it is very much worth it to do my own alcohol inks. And I'm sure there's other people that are just like me. And then there's other people who are like, forget that, I am buying my own, and then be done with it. And definitely there are things I do that with, but for this, it's much more cost effective and much more convenient for me to do it this way. Now I'm just going to show you, okay. Just going to show you how you can, once again, clean this up, because I don't really want that over there. Unfortunately, that's probably going to wipe off her pencil there. That's okay. It's still kind of there. Okay, so that's good. So you see how cool that looks? I mean, isn't that awesome? So you can do different things. If you want to, you could do scales, but I would say you probably just want to use a brush for that. And because this is a little bit more unpredictable. Oh, I love that. Look at that. That kind of is like a little overlay. It looks like a little overlay on her tail. Like, I don't know what to call it. It's called a tail. And I'm just going to clean this up. Don't mind my daughter. She's in the background making noises. Just never mind her. I mean, we love her and everything, but just ignore her. It's best to just ignore her. You don't want to wake the beast. Okay. Now it's up to you if you want to kind of really put that out. And I think I'm just going to put it out a little bit more. Make that go. But, yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more of that. And I suggest you stick to like 3 colors, because otherwise, you know, just with any kind of painting, it can get a little bit crazy. But experiment, you know, just like watercolor, you experiment with how the different colors react, and so you can kind of fool around on a scrap piece, and then do more, and then you kind of know what you're doing when you do the actual piece that you want to do. I've got a mixture of green because I had the green and I put in the turquoise, and oh boy, whatever. You know what? That's what we're doing. So you can do this with a straw and just blow, or you could blow with your mouth too, but I kind of like this. And I don't know why, what's in here that makes this super cold. Like, it's freezing. It's like got frost on the outside of it. There's obviously something in there. Someone smarter than me can tell me what that is. Comment down below if you know why air cans get cold. So just in case you weren't aware, this is canned air to clean your computer screens with. I really like this whole look of like an overlay. Okay. Now we're going to add the mixative, but again, you want to be quite careful with this because it can really overpower it very quickly. And I want to just do a little bit at once. See, you can see how much it just kind of goes. So I've got my main foundation there, and now I'm just kind of wanting to work with it. And you might have to just kind of keep going back and forth. So now this has kind of taken away some of that. So I'm just going to put some in there. And I really like the reaction of the colors with the mixative. Like, I love that. Unfortunately, it's not on her tail, and it's going to be getting erased. Oh, but I'm really liking this actually. Okay, now let's put a little bit down here. I'm just gonna, this I'm not being as careful with because I'm kind of just whatever works. I'm gonna add some clear alcohol in there. It's mixed with a little bit of purple. See, I love that look there. Before that dries. Let's put a little turquoise in there. I'm getting these colors mixed up. That's what's happening. Don't do like me. Pay attention to what you're doing. Any of you who've watched my videos probably are already expecting me to you're not surprised that I'm mixing up these colors like that. Okay, I just want to get rid of this. It's getting a little bit harder to get rid of. There we go. So see how easy that is to do? And you can just carve back the figure. Do it over here too. And all I'm doing is dipping this brush into some plain alcohol, plain rubbing alcohol. The same stuff that I use to make the alcohol inks with. And you can do, do a lot with around the area around, and you can see I've erased that, so just be aware that that can happen, but that's easy enough for me to put back. I'm just gonna put a little bit more colors, and now I'm just kind of okay, I should have put the lip back on this, but whatever. Okay, work on this. So let's take a look at this. So if you're going to be picky, and I am, I just want this to be outlined a little bit more, so I'm going to put some purple there. Where's my brush? I lost my brush. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Having some little things hanging off the side there. I kind of like that. Kind of looks like little... Oh, I'm always so hesitant about adding this. I love the look of it, but it can just be a little bit more difficult to work with, these mixatives. But they're so much fun. There we go. Just be a little bit more gentle with it. I just kind of want it to be like almost little tassels coming off of her. That's really strong here. Yeah, I don't mind some of these sorry, I'm talking and not finishing my sentence. I don't mind some of these little things that come off of there, but I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. I just wanted to give you the basic idea here. So there you go. That's kind of cool, hey? And if you want, you can take some black ink and just kind of fill this out. I'm not going to. I like just the natural organic look here. But you could put like veins and stuff in there, like on mermaid scales, you know what I mean? Like butterfly wings and whatever. And you could outline that more, but I'm kind of just happy with the way it is. So that's just a quick demonstration of what you can do with the DIY alcohol inks. And definitely check out that redo of the DIY alcohol inks I did. Don't go to the super long one. I mean, you can if you want to sit there and laugh at me for, 20 minutes. But the other one is a lot shorter and kind of perfected. So check out that link. It's just up there in the corner again. I will see you on the next video.